If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Jack Harlow is about to release his new album, Come Home, The Kids Miss You, in less than 3 weeks now. On May 6th, he's dropped 2 singles so far, Nail Tech and First Class, the, latter of which is right now blowing up on everywhere, mainly because of the leak that was there on TikTok before the official version dropped. We also, with that single, got the cover art for the record, which I think is looking really cool. But today, the album is not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about that a whole lot more in the future, so make sure you're subscribed if you always want to stay up to date with this new Jack Harlow record. But today, I wanted to specifically focus on a leak that's been going around of a Jack Harlow track featuring Drake called Have a Turn that will likely also be on the record. And on there, Drake had some interesting stuff to say. So let's talk about this. Let's see what Drake said in here and how this can fit into the record. So this leak has been going around for the past 2 to 3 days. It's a more mellow track. You can hear them kind of like spitting, not like hype bars, more like calculated, controlled, just lyrics. And we mainly, hear Drake's part because that's what people were mainly focusing on. And I wanted to go with y'all over this and see what he said on here because there were some interesting things in here. So let's start with Drake's part. He said, "Cold hearts and heated floors, no parental guidance, I just see divorce. Therapy sessions, I'm in the waiting room reading Forbes. Abandonment issues, I'm getting treated for. How much water can I fit under the bridge before it overflows? My son's gotta learn that forgiveness is a lonely road. The crib's on his wheel like motorhomes." Now, aside from what we're gonna get into in a little bit where he seems to be taking shots at Pusha T, this just in itself, I think, is, a great Drake verse. I haven't heard him go this calculated in his lyrics in a long time, especially not also on CLB, aside from like those 3 to 4 tracks like the Remorse and stuff like that where he was more focusing on that. He goes on to say, "Guys love to try and test us like they know what we on. Chubb's got the magazine cover like Rolling Stone because we already know how they rock. They throwing stones. Whenever you getting bigger, there's growing pains. I got enough pull to make the city start throwing games. I'm out here making a mockery. I got my realtor out here playing Monopoly. How can I address you when you don't own property? They only finesse you when you don't move properly." We're getting more and more into like what I'm trying to get into, but I wanted to give y'all the whole lyrics because right now it's really hard to find the leak on YouTube. So going over the lyrics I think explains a lot more than y'all trying to like look it up on YouTube or anywhere. He goes on to say, "Destined for the win, but you don't get a prize out of me. I'm destined for the top, but you can't get a rise out of me. 750 for the round, canaries and the glittering. Man, you men drop trash, you littering. I'm over delivering to the point is belittling. I mean the PTSD is triggering. The profit is sickening. The stones is shimmering. Came from the north, but I got hot as fuck, so ain't no shivering. Yeah, lucky me. People that don't fuck with me are linking up with people that don't fuck with me to fuck with me. This shit is getting ugly, and every single situation is transactional, and everything they saying is irrational, and every way they moving is promotional. Everybody's acting irreplaceable. It's like they ain't disposable. My urges for revenge are uncontrollable." And from here on, he then also goes on to say, "I know we're getting older though, but I gotta get a man back for that. It's non-negotiable. It's not even debatable. All I hear is pluck talk coming from middleman. All I hear is tall tales coming from little men. If I see ya, I spit in your faces. Daytona with the green faces." So, as I already said, we're going to get into what he seems to be taking some shots at Pusha T throughout this whole thing, and that's mainly what I wanted to, to talk about, because this is really interesting that he's reigniting this beef now, 4 years later. I wanted to go over, some comments that people had to make about this one. Now, of course, we got to, let it stand just as itself that this, I think, is going to be a big track. I think that Jack Harlow having the Drake feature is a really big dub for him, and that he's only going up from here. And I think there was also a line on this track where Drake was like, yo, that boy Jack is going places, but right now it's really hard to find the lyrics and the leak for this because it's been taken down so much, and the Genius page for it also got deleted. So it's really like a mystery of like how this is getting taken down and stuff like that. Well, anyway, people were, of course, you know, talking about Drake destroying Pusha T and stuff like that, which I don't know, kind of seems useless to me. But some of these lines are really, you know, what one person said, and I want to, you know, talk about the lines real quick. He said, these Pusha lines on this Drake song are really layered. Daytonas with the green faces refers to the Daytona Rolex, which has a green face, but Daytona 500 uses a green flag to start the race, meaning he's on go. This is also aside from the fact that Daytona is obviously referencing the Pusha T album from 2018. He went on to say, plug talk coming from middlemen refers to Drake telling Pusha on Duppy Freestyle he's a middleman, but also referring to Pusha T's rapping with Benny the Butcher's album The Plugs I Met. Also, that revenge line tells me everything I need to know about where Drake is headed in this new beef. He wants everything Pusha took from him back. Obviously, Drake is taking some shots on this new thing. A lot of people also said that the green face Rolex is about taking shots at Kanye because he was mad that he didn't get a green Rolex from Virgil or anything like that, but there's a lot of interpretations on this. I'm just saying, the thing that I wanted to get across, just Drake is taking some calculated moves out here against Pusha T, and this is a leak for a Jack Harlow track. So, you know, a Jack Harlow album is coming in 3 weeks, so this leak has got to be on there if, you know, it's coming this soon. It's not like some unreleased song that's never going to get out there that was recorded years ago. This is really recent. Drake has just been going viral as well for that whole Rihanna and A$AP Rocky breakup meme thing as well, which, you know, all the Drake now that he sees that Rocky cheated on Rihanna and then him running back to her and shit like that. So Drake is just in the conversation right now, and I think with this whole leak, it's just only going to get bigger, and he seems to be taking some offensive shots against Pusha T again, and not in like a just straight out like, yo, fuck Pusha T, but in like a calculated, layered bars type of way, which that is the hip-hop beef that I want to see. You know, those layered multiple meanings referring to private situations, stuff like that. That is where it gets interesting for us observers. And I think that, you know, I mean, Drake is a grown man. I don't know if it is necessary for him to do this, kind of petty, and it all depends on what Pusha T responds to this, but I think it's going to be some interesting, you know, weeks ahead of us after that Jack Harlow album drops, and Drake might have some, you know, shots on there, and that would push Jack Harlow quite a bit too. Anyway, that's all I gotta say on this. Just my opinions. Now I want to know what you think about this. What did you think of the leak? Just, you know, as a musical standpoint, did you like it? Did you dislike it? What did you think of the Pusha T disses? Do you think this will be the final version on the album? And do you think Pusha T will clap back at that? All of that, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.